Being here for the holidays means being at home with family.
Hi YouTube friends, I want to show you 2 ways that you can make last-minute commercials look and sound better. And the first is by using a professional voiceover. Having someone great to record your script can make all the difference. And also, I want to show you this public plugin. This isn't a sponsored video, but I love this plugin called MFilmlook by Motion VFX for Final Cut Pro. And kind of how I use both those, a professional voiceover and this plugin, to create a themed commercial for this holiday season.
We know how that holiday clock ticks down so fast. Don't think it will ship in time? Can't get it anymore? Have someone add it to your list? We are here to help. Your downtown businesses are ready to help you get those last-minute gifts out of the way.
I was asked by my city to do some spots for holiday shopping about safety and about that people could still go out and shop, and it was a very quick turnaround time. And we were talking, I had 2 weeks to get the first 2 spots out. First steps, we had to kind of align the expectations and make the client understand what and was not possible. What I could get out and do, what could happen with their budget. With the short time frame, this wasn't something that I could get a crew or anything. It was essentially me going out and shooting some of this B-roll. But I also made it clear to them that they can use some kind of tools to make it better. And one thing that I strongly recommended, and it doubled their budget, was having a professional voiceover for the spots. I think a lot of local businesses and local governments and stuff, they think just putting some person in front of the camera makes it a delightful, homey video. But in my opinion, kind of that non-professional, non-experienced talent just makes the commercials sound cheap or seem worse. The other option would have just been to done music, but you really need to tell a story and explain what's going on, especially in the current pandemic. I have a couple of voiceover artists that I use, and one guy's been just fantastic for the last couple of years. His name is Mike Nelson. I'll put his link in the description. He's reasonable, very quick turnaround, and he gives you this great range. And I gave the city some examples of his work and work that I've done with him, and they liked it. They said it was that. So our second step after we aligned the expectation was getting the scripts done, and getting the scripts done and approved so that I could send that to Mike and have him do the voiceover and get those done quickly so that we can do that. And also with the scripts would dictate the shot choices. Your script is essentially your shot list. This was going to be off the cuff. I was going to head to these locations, these different stores, restaurants, places to show how safe the shopping experience was and how homey and Christmassy. When the script's done, it was very, very important to keep them under 60 seconds, get them out, have the whole city team, every decision maker review it and sign off on it. And that was the most urgent thing we did. I had 6 scripts to them within a couple days.
Being here for the holidays means having a fun and safe place to shop. Many people love that downtown stroll with friends, peeking into the stores to find that special gift while having a warm drink.
Third step was then scheduling, using them to schedule with all the business owners and the people that I was going to go along with, that I'd be out and about with the camera. And once the schedule was done, fourth thing was going out and shooting. And this was pretty simple. It was 2 kind of half day, maybe 2.5 shoots out. And I took my family for 1 set. They're cheap and free extras. So we essentially went shopping downtown. I took my new Canon R5, got some great B-roll of them doing certain things, enjoying the stores, looking at stuff, browsing. That kind of was a great foundation for then what I needed to get next. The next shoot, again, it just took my I took my R5 and I would travel with just an LED on a light stand, just one panel, and go shoot some interiors and people browsing and stuff like that. I talked to every customer that I saw and let them know I was identified myself, who this was for. Everybody was excited to participate. The stores were great. They also were excited to be there. And I mean, most locations I was in and out in 10, 15 minutes.
Our downtown restaurants are here for the holidays. After spending an afternoon shopping or strolling, nothing is better than having someone else make you a warm meal.
Brought together all the B-roll, got my edits from Mike. His VO was great. He gave me options in each one. We just discussed via email how I wanted the tone to be, and he did a kind of a sample and it was perfect. So I said I freed him to go off. With voiceover, you know, you develop a relationship and so you can kind of know what they're capable of and know what you get out of it. Sometimes, especially for higher end clients, where a voiceover will be much more, I'll be on a Zoom with them, listening to them record so I can direct them and give them instant feedback about what I want. But again, for a quick turnaround commercial, I needed them to nail the voiceover and get it to me quick. And the project's pretty simple. You know, I just have my clips here of what's going on. I have my music, love art list. I think it's fantastic. Enough people say good things about it, listen to them. And then here's the voiceover that I kind of broke up. And Mike gave me 2 different options for each piece. So you recorded it twice using different tonations, and I just picked and choose what I liked from that. You know, he sent me the files, dropped them in, pretty simple stuff. The video clips, obviously taken different days, different times, different lighting conditions. They're all rough. Not rough, but they're all just, I went and got out what I got. In this piece, I brought props with me and brought out some big bows, and I let people, had business owners or people in the stores put these props out, show me things and stuff. But literally, I was in these businesses maybe 15 minutes at the most. I brought my family out for some of the shoots, so you can see they were cheap, easy extras, having fun talking about that. Having fun being part of it. So but what I want to show you here is the difference the toning can make, and how you use motion VFX. This certainly isn't a tutorial or anything, but I want to show you how powerful it is, because with this, now I can just select my clips. I can then create a compound clip out of this. Join them all together, and instead of grading each clip, I can go right into FilmLook, drag this on, and now it's create this, and it starts with some presets, and I'll show you the preset that I use. But what's great is you drag this on and it immediately starts. So I have some presets I can use here. This window pops up and it comes up, and I use this preset called Coast. You know, really boosted the colors, made everything kind of saturated and poppy. And what I did though is I brought back some of the stuff. So in Motion VFX, you have some choices. You can control, convert it to Wax 709, white balance. You have your levels here, and you just enable the little box. You can control the levels, add a little contrast, maybe bring the blacks deeper. This kind of applies an overall look to it. I'm going to increase the vibrance so you can see just a little. On-screen flare if you want it. I actually like the flare just with the intensity brought way down. There's LUT. I have the preset LUT in there, and you can adjust the intensity of the LUT. And that LUT was part of the Coast preset. And then you have some fun looks. One is aberration. Kind of gives the image kind of a softness or a ghosting, and I think it's a pretty nice effect. Distortion is like a lens bulge, and you can see on just a little just gives it a look like it's a vintage lens or something. And then you have lens blur, and you have a bunch of different choices about that. I'll show you how you have this range here. So it's essentially blurring out the edges of the frame, the top and the bottom, kind of simulating what it would look like if you had a lens that the outside edge you were getting chromatic abrasion and you were having issues on that side. There's grain, and grain again you can crank up the intensity, and that gives it just that film texture, the old classic film vignette. You can see it off and on. Adds just focus to the center image, and then it has letterbox preset with that preset, but I didn't use it. I dropped it out, and I did the effects all under the graphics, so there's that logo stays nice and sharp, but my color improves dramatically, and there's consistency between the clips, so everything has a nice, consistent, almost nostalgic film-like look, and it was super easy to do. Here is, I want to show you the clips just side by side so you can see what it looks like graded and ungraded with the MFilmlook. And I may have gone through a couple of the clips, just tweak them a bit, but the bulk of this was just almost like slap it on, make sure it looks good, and ship it out. Dining, again, same LUT. But this one I had to shoot a little different because I had I was shooting food, so I brought a light, brought it at night, got it there, just to fill it in, give it some life. Again, this isn't a traditional shoot where I'd spend hours setting up the lights. This was what you can get in a limited amount of time. And I'm going to show you just one cool shot for you, for you nerds out there, and it's just last minute gifts. And I want you to look at this front shot. It's not a drone. It's actually the 360 Insta360 mounted on a giant selfie stick. And a lot of these shots in this restaurant store are also on the Insta360, just for the weird look of it, like that. And so it's just, if you've seen my other videos, I like using kind of some of the strange cameras like the Insta360 1R or the 360 Go to get some shots that just kind of, pop, and people are like, oh, how did you get that? So here's side by side so you can see the pieces. And what I want you to do is just, take a moment to watch and then listen to how the good quality voiceover ties it together.
Downtown businesses, and we know it has been a difficult year for many of you. Downtown stores are ready to help you build your gift list for something personal that will mean so much to your loved ones, while representing your commitment to the community. We are thankful there is something for everyone downtown. Get a game for family game night, or put a skateboard under the tree. Get something that sparkles. Give something delicious. Send a taste of Colorado. Get a jump on your holiday shopping and beat the crowds. Get those packages sent in time, and most importantly, give something local. We have a lot more surprises for you this holiday season with lights, ice carving, roaming characters, and winter passport rewards. Go to our website for details. We are ready to have you here for the holidays.
Summary, be ready. Be ready for, if you can take on these last minute clients, it keeps you on your toes. And be ready and have those resources that you can pull out, whether it's a plugin, a camera trick, something you learned on YouTube, or, I think Professional Voiceover is super underrated, and it's not that expensive when you're talking about a budget for a whole campaign or a whole production and a whole campaign. And so having a couple voiceover people, or if you're grabbing voiceover artists on Fiverr or something, just having those people available for these kind of last minute gigs is super important. I'd highly recommend trying out Mike Nelson, just fantastic. He's from California, has this great West Coast kind of everyman tone, but he also has some unique voices. I made him do Grumpy Miner for some regional pizza commercials and some other stuff, and it's been perfect. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Also, I encourage you to look at my my playlist on how to make restaurant commercials. These weren't restaurant commercials, but basically 5 out of the 6 weren't restaurant commercials, but the concepts are pretty similar for any commercials that you do. Thanks for watching.